going in, we all gonna have our favorites and the way we think, but we never know until we see. But like you say, Canelo come out that thing hungry, a tough night.
Terrence Bud Crawford is too good for it to not be competitive for as long as it lasts, right? I just think Canelo is going to knock him out. I think he's going to stop him.
The hype around this fight is Canelo's fading because he's getting decisions while he's basically dropping everyone he fights. So I don't see where you're fading at. But Floyd got praise for getting decisions.
Boxing legends are calling the clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford a potential showstopper, with the fight carrying all the ingredients of high drama. Roy Jones Jr., speaking alongside Andre Ward, described it as a razor-close 50-50 battle, stressing that both men bring greatness to the ring in different ways. Yet Jones leaned slightly toward Canelo, noting that every fan naturally picks a favorite. He added that if Canelo rediscovers the fire and hunger of his prime, Crawford faces a brutal challenge.
First hear about it, Dre. I like a lot of things about the fight. I like that Bud took his time when it beefed up early because he knew it was coming. So when you got time to get ready and get right, that's a big thing. You can't take nothing away from Canelo. Canelo's been there for a while. Great puncher, great boxer puncher. If Bud can take the punch, which we're pretty sure he can do, we'll have a good fight tonight. I think there are several ways for Bud to win it, but one way for Canelo to lose it. I ain't gonna disclose none of that. That's just my thought.
We'll do that as we get closer.
Exactly.
Yeah. But do you feel comfortable saying who you think the winner gonna be?
No, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna feel comfortable saying it because I like both guys. And when you got two guys of their caliber, you can't really count either guy out. Right?
That's a fact.
Bud is a champion. Says a lot. And on top of that, Bud is still hungry. You understand me? Canelo did his thing too, but I don't know if he got that hunger still left in him. You understand me? That's where I think the only thing that bothers me, if he's still hungry, then we in for a good night. If he's not hungry, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, I agree, man. I know it's gonna be a great fight, and it's not a lot of matchups in boxing that you can guarantee a great night. Like you can guarantee it's gonna be a great fight.
Without a question.
And I say that because just following both guys throughout the years, they both got the intangibles, stuff you can't see unless you know what you're looking at. Stuff it ain't an X and O thing. It's here, right? Like it's that stubbornness for greatness. Like Canelo, though he's had some mishaps, he's had some draws, he's had some losses. I feel like if you ask Canelo what happened there, he's got a perfectly good reason why that happened.
Exactly. That's everybody in boxing.
Right.
The buzz surrounding Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford continues to grow, and many boxing voices are breaking down the fight with intensity. When I first heard Dre talk about it, a lot stood out. He pointed out how Bud took his time, didn't rush into the move, and prepared himself the right way. That's crucial because when a fighter knows what's coming and builds himself properly for it, he gives himself a real shot at victory. Still, no one can take anything away from Canelo. He's been at the top level for years, proving himself not only as a power puncher but also as a well-rounded boxer puncher. His resume speaks for itself, filled with elite names and countless big nights under the lights. The real question comes down to Crawford's ability to absorb Canelo's power. Most people believe Bud has the chin, composure, and defensive awareness to handle it. If that's the case, then we're staring at an absolutely fascinating fight. There are multiple paths for Bud to win, whether it's through slick counterpunching, movement, or breaking Canelo down as the rounds progress. On the other hand, there may only be one clear route for Canelo to lose, and that depends on whether or not he still carries the hunger that once defined him. If Canelo shows up with that same fire, it's going to be a nightmare for Crawford. But if that fire has dimmed, then Crawford's relentless drive could take over the night. One of the more intriguing angles is the hunger factor. Bud, even after all his achievements, still looks as though he's starving for greatness. That hunger is dangerous, especially against a fighter like Canelo who has already been through the wars, already achieved legacy-defining victories, and may not carry the same desperation anymore. And in boxing, hunger often makes the difference between being good enough and being unstoppable. That's why so many insiders are keeping a close eye on Canelo's mentality coming into this fight. At the end of the day, both fighters have the intangibles, the grit, the stubbornness, and the unshakable will to win that you can't measure on paper. These aren't things that come down to skills alone. They're traits buried deep inside a fighter's DNA. Canelo has had setbacks, draws, and even defeats, yet he always comes back with an explanation, a belief that he's still destined for greatness. Crawford carries that same stubbornness, but with the freshness of a fighter still chasing more.
People have for Terrence Bud Crawford. But for me, a 38, you guys know my, but a 38-year-old welterweight versus Saul Canelo Alvarez, undisputed super middleweight, who is 3 years younger than him. Listen, Terrence Bud Crawford is too good for it to not be competitive for as long as it lasts, right? I just think Canelo is going to knock him out. I think he's going to stop him. I mean, he's probably not knock him out cold, but I think he's going to stop him. All right. Now, but what I can say is I saw Terrence Crawford his last workout shit, and for all of you guys who said that this photo was photoshopped and said that this wasn't real and all that shit, look at Terrence Crawford's routine. Look, certain stuff you can't fake. Yeah, you can probably up the sharpness here, have certain lighting here, but it doesn't give you more muscles. If you're in shape, you're in shape. It doesn't add muscles that aren't there, like real Photoshop type of thing. Yeah, the lighting was good. You just got to pump out, right, a workout on pole. But still, this is how he looks, right here. Just like you see him in natural light, you see him in black and white. The guy is in dog shit. All right. Another thing I liked about this episode, and you guys can go to Terrence Bud Crawford's channel to see his episode. Him being prepared. I think this is the last one because right now it's fight week. It is fight week. Everybody, no turning back now. All right. You got to work out tomorrow. You got the press conference. I think, what was that?
Showbiz, the popular boxing analyst, broke down the highly anticipated clash by highlighting why Canelo Alvarez holds the edge. He pointed out that while Terrence Crawford is a masterful fighter with elite skills, age is still a factor. Crawford may be brilliant, but being 3 years older than Canelo could impact him at the highest level of competition. Showbiz emphasized that Canelo has already solidified his place as one of boxing's all-time great undisputed champions. His resume, experience, and consistent dominance make him the safer pick. With his proven power, ring IQ, and championship pedigree, Canelo remains the logical favorite.
The point where Floyd was, where I remember covering Floyd for the Maidana fight, and, my question to him live was, did you really pay $1.5 million for Maidana not to wear these horsehair gloves? And it's like, I don't have to tell you. And that's it. I'm Floyd. I told you I don't have to tell you, and he walks away. It's like, boxing is so different.
Look at this and Floyd, best fighter of my lifetime. I was a little too young to watch Roy in the early 90s. That would have been a challenge to that claim, but it's I've been saying, like, just as important as his great career has been what he's left behind, and what he's left behind, it isn't good. Look what it's producing.
No,
I think everybody agrees with that.
Effect.
Yeah, the Mayweather effect. So,
but there's a double standard because Canelo's in his what would you call it? Money Canelo era.
Yeah.
And to bring it back to the main subject of Crawford and Canelo, the hype around this fight is Canelo's fading because he's getting decisions while he's basically dropping everyone he fights. So I don't see where you're fading at, but Floyd got praised for getting decisions.
Yeah, but
you don't see a fade from Canelo?
That skull fight was rough.
I mean, but that was more, I don't think that was a fade. I don't think that was a fade more than it was self-entitlement, right? It's like, I'm Canelo. I'm not chasing you.
100%.
He didn't win in the fight. Like, if we're for CompuBox, because let me let you, CompuBox is someone just like me with their great adventures clicker going just like this. So, I can use my own television and my own eyes.
On the Porterway podcast, analysts compared Canelo Alvarez's current phase to Floyd Mayweather's money era, noting that Canelo is no longer just chasing belts but has become a global attraction whose presence alone commands the sport. While some critics argue he's in decline, the panel pushed back, questioning how that can be said when Canelo continues beating every opponent, no matter their style or pedigree. They hailed him as the greatest Mexican fighter ever and praised his reign as the finest undisputed run in recent memory, insisting claims of decline stem from people undervaluing his greatness.
And saying some stupid shit,
casual fans are like, oh, 1 second, what's going on? Like, is there something going on over there? And I feel like these two would do that. Plus, it's going to be a decent fight.
It will be a decent fight. Do you know who? Somebody you mentioned it there. Do you know who? Not disappointed in terms of how his career is going. It's going quite well, but that he's not a bigger name as Big Dennis. They like that guy has the style, everything, the flair, everything to be a big star. And he's just and you know what I think it is? I'm not having a go at Eddie Hernandez. I think it's the matchmaking. I think he's fighting guys even now. Go to 154. He needs those big fights. He needs those big fights because at the end of the day, David Avanesian, it's like, okay, he's a good fighter, but like, they're going to put butts in seats.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, there's only so long you can matchmake him against people that we don't care about.
Yes.
Even Stanionis. Unification fight, Stanionis is good, but okay, you beat Stanionis, it has to be a big one. Virgil Tees has been screaming for you. Erickson Lubin's there, just as something exciting. Another American maybe. Sometimes you need that. Like the American fans won't relate to him fighting non-Americans that we don't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even know some of these guys that he's fighting, so that doesn't help. Anyway, look, we could go on and on and on and on, but this is Canelo Terence Crawford special.
It is.
Because we are only, so guys, we are filming this on Monday. So we're only, 5 days away.
See, I'm already smiling.
Yeah,
I'm already smiling thinking about the
fight
fight.
of the century.
Ad Oladipo closed his breakdown by picking Terence Crawford to come out on top. He highlighted how Crawford usually starts fights with pinpoint accuracy, which could give him an edge in the early rounds against Canelo Alvarez. More importantly, Oladipo stressed Crawford's reputation as one of boxing's best finishers. He doesn't just win, he dominates when closing the show. His belief is that once Crawford settles into rhythm, his timing and adaptability will allow him to take command in the later rounds, ultimately securing a decisive and convincing victory over the Mexican superstar.
Canelo's been in this weight for a very long time, and he gained that body, that experience. He has the power. He has the accolades to show it all off too. And of course, with Terence, I believe is the more skillful fighter, but he's going up a lot of weight classes to get there. He's never fought in 160, so that's a question. Is that weight really gonna affect him or not? The moment he gets hit in the arm or anything like that, is he gonna think otherwise? That's the question. But when it comes down to it, the way they are, Crawford is very skillful. He's very talented. He can box. He can brawl. He can do anything. But then Canelo also has that power to neutralize things. But he's always had problem with people who walks or runs around him or moves around him. So that's the question that I have to give it a 50-50 because I give Canelo the power, the leverage in this weight. But then I give the skills and the talent and the speed to Crawford. And that's why this is going to be a very, very, very interesting and entertaining fight.
Nonito Donaire offered a balanced take, praising Canelo Alvarez's years of dominance at his natural weight and his proven knockout power, while questioning how well Terence Crawford will handle the added weight. Donaire still gave Bud credit for his skill, speed, and adaptability, calling it a true 50-50 fight. Analysts echoed that Canelo's raw power, present since his teenage years, remains one of his deadliest weapons, capable of breaking down opponents late. Others argued the fight could redefine legacies, with Crawford having the chance to shatter Canelo's aura of invincibility. Callum Smith added that while Canelo may not be at his absolute peak, his experience makes him dangerous. This is a fight that could rewrite boxing history. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to stay updated on every twist leading to this mega showdown.